Guys, Ray from Love You RV. So it's September and that's a big maintenance month for me. We're just starting to end the summer and going to be getting off of a full hookup campsites, and pretty soon we're going to start our basically our boondocking and dry camping 7 or 8 months usually. I like to go kind of shoulder season into some of the nicer parks that don't have hookups around Vancouver Island, BC here. And then early November we'll be heading south and we'll pretty well be off-grid almost for 6 months. So September is a big maintenance month for me. I like to get everything ready. It's also when the weather is going to change here. We're going to start to see some wet weather starting October, and that'll go right through until probably mid-November when we finally get down towards Arizona or California where the sun comes out again. So I've done roof maintenance, made sure it's all leak-free and in good shape. I've checked all the seals and stuff. I've done videos before and blog posts about preparing for snowbird season. I'll link to that. Also link to my maintenance archive if you're interested. But in this video I'm going to show you what I do to get my Galley tank ready. So we have almost a 40-gallon kitchen tank in the RV. They call it a Galley tank. And Galley tanks, they tend to clog up pretty good and smell pretty bad. Unlike my black tank has a built-in flusher, so I can just hook up a hose to the side of it, turn it on and flush it. I also can take a wand. I have a kind of a spinning flushing wand that I put down the toilet, so I can keep the black tank pretty clean pretty easily. The other gray is shower and bathroom stuff, and it doesn't really get clogged up. You don't really get a lot of debris in there, maybe some soap scum or hair once in a while, but the Galley tank can get really bad because we're full-time. I like to cook, I like to do dishes versus carrying paper plates and things like that, so a lot of grease can get down there and food debris, little bits of food. And the problem with the Galley tank on my RV and like a lot of other RVs is it only has about 1.5 inches or so drain pipe coming out of it. All the other ones have about a 3-inch, the black and the other gray, with this little tiny thing, so you don't get a good flushing action out of it, I find. And I find chemical treatments or enzymes can only go so far. I think the enzyme treatments can help if you're kind of a intermittent RVer and you can fill the tank up and let it sit and let all the little bacteria grow in there and do their job. But I'm constantly using mine, so you get a lot of stuff that kind of sits at the bottom of the tank. So every once in a while I like to pull out my drain and get a flushing wand down in there. Luckily enough, my drain is very close to the floor. The drain pipe goes through the floor, and I can use like a water heater flushing wand. Works really well. Also, the pipe I used to have a P-trap, those little P-traps, and I used to have this thing called an anti-siphon valve. And you end up the P-trap, the water would kind of flush out of it while you're moving, and pretty soon you'd have smell coming in the RV. So about 6 years ago or so, I replaced it with what they call a HEPA valve. I'll show you later when I clean that. But basically it's a little waterless trap that blocks any smells. And since I put that in, we have zero smells in there. Anyway, let's get to it. I'll show you how I clean out the old Galley tank. Basically, I point that in different directions in the tank, let it run for a while. So you can see lots of bits of food debris are coming through there now. Stuff that has been left in the bottom of the tank. And sometimes it kind of gets washed through, but This really gives it a good wash and gets rid of all that junk at the bottom. I'll keep checking this and keep flushing until I'm getting no debris coming out in the water. So my galley tank is actually a little bit behind my axles there. You can really hear the flusher in there against the walls of the tank. While I'm doing the kitchen drain, I also like to stick this down my shower and then also the bathroom sink drain, just to kind of blow out the pipes with any debris that might be caught in there. There, that's what I like to see in my drains. Okay, so we got the drains all cleared. Last thing to do is to clean up this, what they call HEPO valve. You can see it's a little gungy in there. So, cleaned up pretty good. Should be useful again. So you can see the membrane is closed there. I'll just show you how it works. We'll shoot some spray in there. Okay, got her screwed back in place. Let's do a drain test. Looks pretty good. And a quick update for those who are interested in my sink upgrade that I did. I guess it's a little over 2 years ago now, and it's worked out fantastic. I love it so much better than the OEM sinks they had. Got a nice deep sink here for washing dishes. I can rinse them and put them in there, and then we can dry them. And the faucets worked out really good too. Although the original faucet had a different head end, I went through 2 of them. They broke quite quickly, something plasticky inside, but I got this one and it's been fine for about a year or so. Anyway, good to have another maintenance task completed as we're slowly inching our way to our boondocking season. Pretty soon, well, fall is here now. Just turned fall the other day. You can see all the leaves, maples starting to fall. Pretty soon we'll be headed off grid and down to the US in November. Then we'll be off grid for about 6 months. Till next time, Ray from loveyourrv.com. Cheers, everyone.